Hi everyone and welcome back to this week's vlog. Now last week, as you can see, we left you just as we caught the magical sunset and it was certainly amazing. Well, the adventure didn't stop there because after that we went to see something truly special, and these are glowworms, which you'll see in a minute. But have you ever heard of glowworms? These tiny creatures light up the dark like little fairy lights, and trust me, it's an experience you won't forget. Glowworms are actually not worms at all. They are larvae of the fungus Gant. They glow in the dark. They produce the light through a chemical process called bioluminescence. This glow helps attract insects which are trapped in silky silk threads. And you know what? We saw them here in Hokitka, free at the Glowworm Dell. Right, let's pick this up in the morning. Good morning, people.
Good morning.
So today is Thursday the 13th of February and we are just leaving our Airbnb.
Here we are. It's been a nice one.
And we are in Hokitika.
Hokitika.
I still can't say that,
No.
folks. It's been a really lovely stay, and a big shout out to Sarah and Hugh, our hosts. What a fantastic little stop and fantastic views from their new property. So
It's been good. Very nice little room.
yeah,
Bathroom, yeah. They're a
very
lovely couple.
nice. And yes, so we are just going down to get some breakfast and then we're going to start heading south towards Mount Cook. So it's quite nice actually this morning. It's overcast.
18 degrees and overcast.
But it's actually really refreshing after. It seems to be cool like this in the morning, and then in the afternoon, as the day goes on, it gets hotter and hotter and hotter.
It does, yeah. It does get a lot hotter.
But yes, but we watched the beautiful sunrise. Oh, sorry, beautiful
Sunset
sunset. Last night.
We watched the glowworms as well.
I went to the glowworm cave or glowworm dell. Saw some beautiful glowworms, and yeah. So we'll see what the day brings.
Another box ticked.
Another what?
Box ticked. The glowworms.
Yeah, another box tick glowworms. So,
Yeah.
But it is free to go in.
It is there, yeah. It's good.
But rather than paying, just people that go there and respect it. So, nice and quiet when you're in there, please. Not like the people that were in there last night, who were, I'm not going to say what nationality, but I do speak the language. So they were quite shocked when I spoke to them in their own language, when I did tell them to be quiet. So, but after that, it was all good. So we need to respect this country, respect their creatures, respect their natures, and everything else.
I respect my stomach. I'm hungry.
Respect Mr. D's
With
stomach.
breakfast.
He's hungry. Let's go. We're going to go where we went yesterday, actually, because it was such a nice breakfast.
Yeah, it was lovely.
And they've got peanut butter, so yeah. So let's go, Mr.
Let's
D.
go. Yeah, let's head off.
Let's head off. And that is Sarah's Airbnb. It's just perched up here on the hill. After breakfast, we popped back to see Hokitika's Customs House, one of the oldest surviving buildings in the town. It was built around 1897 and it played a key role when Hokitika was a bustling port during the gold rush days. So much history in this spot. I mean, look at the cannonball in this rock. Next stop, we headed to the supermarket. We found the New World supermarkets great. Mr. D needed some snacks and we needed some food. Mr. D was happy. We were well stocked up with chocolate, so it was back to the car and return to our old favourite State Highway 6. We're going to continue down the west coast, stopping at a few places, and eventually end up in Fox Glacier tonight for our Airbnb. But as always, of course, we're going to stop on the way, so we'll show you what happened. So our first stop of the day, peoples, is Ross. and it's a little heritage vining town. And this was the district of Philip Ross May. So how cool is that? May being my surname, could be a relative of mine for all we know. This is the old Ross Jail, and there is some stocks outside. Yeah. Guess where Mr. D's being put?
Yeah.
Are you alright there, Mr. D?
No, banged up again. Let me out.
I found the perfect thing for you. What do you reckon, guys? Should we leave him there? Shall we leave him there? Yeah, let's leave him there. Hang on, Mr. D, you got out yourself.
Houdini.
Flipping Houdini. It blinking lifts up, look. Look at that. You've been in the stocks, now you need to go in the jail. 1915, in you go. Look. You've got a cowboy hat like yours.
In my hat.
Yeah. At least had a window in this one.
Yeah.
This was the office. I go stand next to. This reminds me of being next to my dad. PC plod. Yeah.
Yes sir, no sir.
Okay, time for me to leave. I headed over to the Ross Wilderness Walk to see what was happening over there. Mr. D shortly joined me after he'd finished playing with his toys. This is about the flat mining here, and there was intense gold mining here, and this is where they used to do the panning, just down here on the edges of the river. And there's a heritage trail that you can walk all the way around if you're interested in it. This is the old water wheel here. And that's a big pipe running through here. And just here on the right are the remains of pipes and a sluicing nozzle. You can see they used to do that here. So this was the poppet head and horse swim, and it was used for hauling the buckets of gold up in the mine shafts. There. This is an old miner's cottage. This would be in the bedroom. Dining room. That's where they ate. And this would be their kitchen. And for all you Catholics out there, including Mr. D, this is St. Patrick's Catholic Church, and it opened in 21st of October 1866. There we go. And that is St. Patrick's Church. And here we have the Bank of New South Wales, so when you've got all those golds, you can come here, you get them weighed and you cash them in. And inside the bank is a little museum. And this is how it used to look like back in the days. Interesting. That's an old church organ there. Please do not touch, definitely. So we have arrived at Lake Matheson, which is just by Fox Glacier, and normally we would do there's a little walk you can do, a couple of k's that takes you to a lake, and you get this. I don't know if you can see that, guys. That would be your view of Mount Cook mirrored in the lake. But the truth of the matter today is that
Man cooks up there somewhere.
Mount Cook is there somewhere,
Yeah.
but we're not going to see it today, so we're not going to do the walk. So, guess what? Mr. D's going for coffee and cakes, and I'm joining him. So, let's go to the Matheson Cafe instead. Guess what? And that is closed as well. Okay, we're going to check into our Airbnb instead. There's the walks you can do if anyone's interested. It is a World Heritage area, but unfortunately it's cloudy today, and even the gift shop is shut. Guess that's a no, Mr. D.
Yep.
No to cake. A little further on we stopped again to look at this dry river. We've noticed as we've been travelling around in the South Island how dry the summer has been this year. That's me just walking in the middle of the riverbank.
And there we have Clearwater Creek.
So guys, as you've just seen, I'm standing in the middle of Clearwater Creek, and this is the middle of the river, and there's the bridge Mr. D was on, and there's absolutely nothing here except stone. It's as dry as a bone, and that just shows how dry it's been this summer in New Zealand. But I guess come winter this will be a different story. Feels weird being in the middle of a river. Pretty rocks here though, look. So we have come to a viewpoint here, and we're just noticing this lovely Maori replica of a canoe capsized. So it's capsized. Anyway, let's get back to why we're here. So this is the view here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mount Tasman, Mount Tishaman, Mount Dampier and Mount Cook is on the right. So these are your 4 mountains, and I guess on a really lovely day it would be amazing. But that in front of me, just the other side of that bench, is Mount Cook. Well, the bottom part anyway. It's the bottom part of it. And are you going up in the canoe, Mr. D?
I'm going to get in the canoe now.
He's going to get in the canoe. Well, you might as well, you can't see the flipping mountain. You can't see the mountain.
I see no ships. I see no mountains.
Well, actually, Mount Cook's behind me over this way. That's Mount Cook. That's Mount Tasman. Actually, no, I lie. I can actually see the glacier. Can you see it straight in front? Whoa, look at that, guys. Where that V is, not sure if it's going to pick it up this camera, but that is actually the glacier that I can see in there. Look, what are you doing?
Mount Cook Lower Peak, Mount Cook Middle Peak, Mount Cook High Peak. So Mount Cook High Peak is there.
Well, no, you have to look that way.
What's there?
Through there. Yeah. Nothing. Yeah, you see, you can. On a good day, you'll be able to see that, folks.
Yeah.
This is the canoe of the gods. And I reckon I'll go up this one. That's not the Titanic, is it? It's a canoe. I'll be very wobbly in this.
Well, to be fair, it's a bit like the Titanic, isn't it? Half.
Okay. So what?
It's a bit like the Titanic, it's in half.
Yeah, isn't it? Alright. Done. We had finally reached our destination, a beautiful Airbnb on a farm. The next few hours were spent enjoying the company of other guests that were staying there and also chatting to the hosts. The next morning we got up early and headed back to the viewpoint in the hope that we'd get a better view of Mount Cook, and boy did we have a wonderful surprise. To us, it was a truly magical moment watching the sunrise over Mount Cook. And on the way back, we managed to catch just a glimpse of the glacier in the distance. It was a perfect end to the morning. So it's back to the Airbnb to grab some breakfast before we get on the road. So I'm going to leave this week's vlog here and hope you've enjoyed it. And we'll see you again next week. As always, thank you for watching.